3, 5. Come on, that's awesome. We should learn more about that. But welcome back, or welcome to another edition of Nain Shorts. Today, it's going to be a quick one, mostly because I'm just pissed off. And I'll tell you about it in a minute. First of all, let's acknowledge the fact that we are here at Physique Magnifique, the home of intuitive protection concepts. Yes, I shouted out my own school. But as you can see, I'm also wearing my best Mike Cardenas outfit. I was channeling him today and I felt like wearing his shirt, except I completely forgot that it's a tank top. So now I just look like Mark Cardenas. Well,
hey Mike, what's on the back of that? And his name is Mike, not Mark.
You called him Mark.
You just said
Did I just say Mark?
Oh, fuck.
I did not say Mark.
I'll rewind this.
Mike! Fuck. The same thing happened at the VEA, which, by the way, was just last week, folks. And hold on, director. I got this. The VEA was just last week. As you can see, well, maybe you do a zoom. VEA Martial Arts. But Mike's lineage is de cuerdas teño esgrima. I think I said that right. There's a lot of names involved. But that is the art that Mike practices and he teaches. And he did a great job at showing some of that at the VEA Collaborative. 8 different instructors. If you missed it, you suck. But, like I don't know how, you know what? Forget you right now. The point is that there is another one coming up in November, like I was going to say. So look out for that one. 8 more great instructors are going to be there and you should really show up. Not to mention, in between that, he has these little workshops here and there that pop up. So check that out and look out for some of those at the VEA Collaborative on Facebook, or reach out to Mike Cardenas directly and get some more information on those, because there's always a lot of fun cross-training and getting to know a lot of different instructors. It's one of the reasons why we love going, is seeing our friends, but also meeting new people and learning a whole bunch of new things. Great to support, and it's something that I think all martial artists should aspire to, in learning as much as you possibly can. Now, getting to the point of why this video is so short. First of all, last week we didn't have one. It happens. Life gets in the way, new projects pop up, new health issues come into play. There's always something that's going on, and unfortunately, folks, we apologize for that. We will do better to not skip out on any one of these weeks, because this is a weekly thing. But part of life getting involved, as we were talking about, is shit happens that we don't really like or care for, but there's not much we can do about it. For example, somebody breaks into your car and steals your duffel bag with all your training gear.
Are you telling me that happened to you or something?
Sadly, yes. And I can't describe to you how upset I was, and I wouldn't say I was pissed. And in that regard, I'm kind of...
You look like you need a hug. Hold on, my friend. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
You know, this was way too much bare skin for you to actually put your hands on me. I was very tempted to hit you with this stick and take out my frustrations on you, because I was pissed, folks. I really was. I stopped by to get something to drink in San Francisco. I come back a few minutes later. I see glass on the floor, and my first thought is, some jackass's window got broken. And then I look up. I was the jackass. It was my window. My duffel bag was gone. All my training gear, all my sparring gear, all gone. My gi top, my mouthpiece, my gloves, and more importantly, my blue belt. My Kaiju Kempo blue belt, which... for those of you who practice, know you don't wash them. So they retain the time that you spent working, the sweat, the dirt, everything that accumulated in there is gone. Now, I was pissed and I was ready to walk around and look at all these homeless encampments to try to look for my red bag and see what I can find. And even if I did find it in my head, all I cared about was getting the belt back. That's the only thing I cared about, was the belt itself. That is what hurt. Everything else is replaceable. It really is. And I felt really good about myself, because as upset as I was, my first thought wasn't, let's go on a rampage and anyone that looks suspicious, let's just fuck them up and look for something to blame them for and take it out on them. You just have to slide it over one side, bro. Just slide it over. Okay, right. Yeah, you hit snooze. Thanks. Anywho, technical difficulties, folks. But I really started thinking about it like, okay, first of all, my first thought wasn't going on a rampage. It was get your belt back. So there's a lot to be said about the importance of the belt. And again, it isn't the title, it isn't what it signifies to the outside world. It really is a personal thing where I put in the effort and the time, where from tying it to untying it, from putting it to your head, from not letting it touch the ground, all these things became incredibly significant when it was gone. Not that they weren't significant before. No, thank you, Rick. I won't take that as a supplement belt. But they were there. They were important at that time, before. And it wasn't like I took it for granted. But when it's taken away from you like that, it just becomes so real. And I was proud and disgusted at the same time because I can't get that back. All the other stuff can be replaced. Easy. But that time and effort that that belt represents, totally gone. You can't get that back. So a newfound appreciation for the belts, and less again about the belt itself, but the time it represents and the effort put into getting it dirty, really. I know it sounds weird for those of you who don't train, but anyone who's martial artist will know exactly what I'm talking about, because man, that stings. Imagine losing one of your original belts or having it stolen from you. And I'm sure it's not the first time that it's happened to anyone, but fuck, it sucks so bad. But I felt good about myself because, again, I didn't go down that negative mentality of let's go find somebody. Also, I didn't really have the time to go look for somebody. Otherwise, I probably would have. And I have no idea what I would have done had I found it. I really don't know. And I can only speculate. At the time, in my head, it was only about getting the belt back. I wasn't trying to look for trouble. Because we tell that to our students, right? Whenever they find themselves in a physical confrontation, don't escalate it, de-escalate it, get away from it, avoid it. If they want your money, give it to them. If they want your stuff, let them have it. It's just stuff. Granted, we can argue that some stuff, it's irreplaceable. But beyond that, do we really go looking for the things that we lost with the expectation of finding the culprit and laying into them? Would we be justified to do so? I think some people would argue yes. Some people would argue no. And what kind of an instructor would I be if I went around beating people up, asking for answers for something as simple as a belt? Or my pads, or my gloves? It wouldn't send the right message. And again, I was proud of myself until I started talking to other martial artists. And then it kind of went downhill because all of a sudden all these scenarios started popping up. Oh, what if you would have caught the guy pulling it out of your car? What would you have done? And I started thinking, I was like, damn, I didn't even go that far into the scenario. Would my first instinct be to like rush them and try to fight for the bag? Or would I stick true to the lessons we've been giving people and just let it go? Maybe call out to them, hey, and if they stopped, they stopped. If they didn't, they didn't. And then it's just like, all right, fuck it. It's gone. I'm not going to chase after them. I'm not going to go try to trip them. Or would I, without thinking, just rush at them? Just rush at them, reach for the bag, and then have them struggle. Hope that they struggle. Hope that they swing at me or try to do something to me, because then I would be justified, right? They're attacking me now all of a sudden, even though I kind of instigated it by running at them. But it's my stuff. It's important to me. So why the hell wouldn't I do that? And the conversation kind of carried on, and then there was some even stranger scenarios that were placed, and booby traps and ideas, and I was just like, wait, we got way off topic all of a sudden. But it's not until I spoke to other martial artists that became kind of like a real topic about the situation. And regardless of it, it's gone. I probably am never going to see that bag again. I'm probably never going to see that belt again. I got another belt today in class, and I felt ashamed. I really felt almost dirty putting it on because it wasn't the original one. It was a replacement. It just felt weird. And so to get over it, I just stuck my head into training, into helping somebody with their green belt test. I got punched a few times, and I completely forgot about the belt up until now. And it just stings to bring up, folks. But how do you deal with things like that? Like, what goes through your head as an instructor, even as a martial artist, or even just as a regular person? What goes through your head? Because I know I've talked to a few of my viewers in reference to their personal life. And I have a friend, their car was vandalized, not for the sake of stealing anything, but because somebody just felt like throwing rocks through an opening in a garage, and their car happened to be parked right there on that corner. So like half of their glass was broken because somebody wanted to have some fun. Nothing was taken, but just because of that. So stuff like this happens far too often, and it seems to be becoming more and more of a regular thing in certain areas. And what do we do about that? I mean, we can take precautions. We can be more cautious about what we leave out in the open and things like that. But ultimately, is that going to prevent people from doing things? In the past, I've had my window broken, not because anything was stolen, but simply because somebody walked through a garage breaking windows. Just 'cause. So, what do we do? Do we train ourselves to be more, I don't know, positive, letting things go, looking at the bright side? Do we train harder, let out our frustrations, and possibly be calmer in the situation? Or do we take drastic measures and start booby-trapping our cars? Seriously, that was actual suggestion. Oh my God. Anyways, then, as serious or not serious as that question was, it is something to consider, something to ponder about. How do we then adapt our teachings to reflect the world that we happen to live in right now? Because it's not great. Sometimes it really, really sucks. And it really isn't the world, it's the people. Do we need more people like us that think proactively? Do we need more people that are just, not complete a-holes? I don't know. All I can do is move on with my day, move on with my life, keep on training, and hopefully more positive things happen along the way. So that's all I really have for today, folks, because I'm still not a happy camper about the whole situation. I still need to replace my glass. Oh, and before I go, I just want to mention on April 15th at the Wolf's Den Armory, Wolf's Den Martial Arts in, Carson City, Nevada. There will be a knife seminar by Master Harry Green at... Is this SGM. Supreme Grandmaster? Senior Grandmaster. No, not his age, folks. He's just up there in status. That's all. He tells us to call him Harry, but that is his official title. And again, if you want to learn from a Vietnam vet how to use a knife, Green Beret, yeah, thank you, who's actually seen combat and who used his skills for survival, and he's just pretty much a badass all around, and someone I would never want to mess with in my life or his. But definitely look out for that. You still have a couple of weeks to make up your mind, free up your time to be there again. Carson City, Nevada, at Wolf's Den Armory and Martial Arts. Master Harry Green will be having a knife seminar for that day. So check that out. Look for it on Facebook. If you need any more information, we'll put a link somewhere.
You mentioned Nain Shorts as well.
Oh, yeah. If you mention Nain Shorts, you get charged double. Because, John Atkinson is cool like that. No, really, there's no discount, but it'd just be funny either way. So thank you, folks, for listening to me rant and complain about the crap that's been happening to us lately. And hopefully things are much better on your end. Till the next one. 3, 2, 1, cut!